Cycling as a sport is obviously our most successful sport at the moment, and I've been very proud of being part of that. But not only that, is cycling took a business model until I wasn't able to read or write when I left school. Quite vain enough to say that I learnt to read and write by reading about myself in cycling magazines.
There he is, bronze medal winner in 2000. So Bryan Steele, the most experienced member of the Team Pursuit squad, now bringing the Great Britain quarter up to the finish line. Great Britain win the gold medal for the Team Pursuit.
Thank you. For you to be right at the top of that pinnacle of that triangle, there's so many people along the way who's going to knock you down. There's so many people who's going to be pushing you to the limits and actually make, I don't know, there to beat you. And this is what me and Johnny was talking about, really, is how, if you take it in the business scenario, there's so many businesses out there, isn't there? There's so many people who you're in competition with to get business. And how, through the way we worked and how sport works, how we could actually support you guys into actually making sure that you're that Olympic finalist or you're that Olympic champion. And how, through using a vision and also evaluating and planning and actually mapping out how you're going to do that, how we're actually going to make you guys into successful businesses, or more successful businesses, and make sure that you're at the pinnacle of that, at the top of that tree. That was really to sum up the young person I was. I was a pain in the backside. I have learning difficulties. I suffer from dyslexia. That's my excuse for all the spelling being wrong in this. But yeah. But that's really where my troubles started, really. I used to always have problems with my weight as well. And really, when I went up to secondary school, I got bullied. And we know now what we didn't know then, actually people being bullied turn into bullies, and that's what happened to me. And sort of led me to be into more and more trouble, really, and I've been in trouble with the police outside of school and all sorts. My brother, who I think some of you have met, is about twice as big as me. I can say that because he's actually 3 times bigger than me. He started cycling. He went with a school trip, went on a cycling trip. He really enjoyed it, came back, joined the local club. And then one day my dad bought me a bike. I don't know why he thought about this. He just bought me a bike. And he said, look, Brian, look, you're in trouble. You know, you're overweight, you're unfit, you're always moaning. There's a bike, we're going to be there. There's no other way of you getting out of that. You're going to be sat in that back of the car. So how about giving it a go? If you don't like it, I don't care what you do with this bike. You could throw it in the canal, sell it, I don't care. But just give it a go to September. Just promise me you do that. And really, I'd say that probably moment, that way of just taking that moment and actually being given that opportunity and taking that opportunity was, I'd be honest to say, it turned my life around. Straight away I enjoyed it. Straight away it got me out of trouble. Straight away it got me energised. It got me fitter, obviously. But also it gave me a goal and an aim in life. Actually, this is what I want to do. He took me under his wing, really, mentored me in a way, really, to success. You know, within 3 years, our aim was to get me on the national junior team. Within 3 years, he got me there. And really, that's where my Olympic journey really started, in 1987, really, where I got the national team. And really, my first major setback, really, is actually the '88 Seoul Olympics. I missed the team by 1 place. I shared a room with a guy called Chris Boardman, who won a gold medal in the individual pursuit. And for him to win that, and me seeing him changing his life, but more importantly, him coming back one evening with this lump of gold and on a piece of ribbon. I remember that night we sort of sat down in the room and everything got quiet, everybody disappeared, and he says, do you want to hold it or wear my Olympic medal? It's a bit of a thing about Olympic athletes, actually. If you're trying to strive for that, it's quite bad luck to hold somebody else's. And I sort of said yes. About 45 minutes later, Brian, you really need to give me that back. And he had to sort of prise it out of my fingers, this Olympic medal. So I just thought I'd just really go on, and that was my aim. My goal was to win this Olympic medal. Went on to Atlanta in '96, which for everybody really was a disaster. I think we came home with only 3 or 4, probably 5 medals as a whole. The good thing about that was actually, because we did so badly, the national lottery came in, and actually the government funded. That was the start of the road of the success we've had in Beijing, and obviously the success we're going to go on moving on to 2012. This is always my proudest moment, really, is to win this Olympic medal. Because we went to Sydney ranked 6th in the world. All the best sports people use this profile of taking it step by step, day by day, mile by mile, I'm going to play a video in a minute about inch by inch, and that's what it's all about. He's doing it gradually at your own speed. I went on to Athens and won a silver medal, which is not so impressive, and I'm not so, I don't feel so proud about this one, which is a bit bizarre. But what's special to me about this is actually the Queen gave me this at Buckingham Palace, which is a special moment for me. But more importantly, my wife was stood next to me, and she'd never really been able to go away on trips or anything like that. So I always sort of say, this is my wife's Olympic medal, and that one's my Olympic medal. We don't want sports people or anybody walking away with the if only. My brother did that. My brother got up to junior level of the national team and then walked away. I always say he found women and beer, but I think he'd disagree with that. I can be happy enough to say that I haven't got, within the sporting world, I've got no if-onlys. I've finished at the top. And that's really what sort of the emphasis, the sort of programme me and myself and Johnny have been talking about, really, of how I can support you guys into taking away those if-onlys. So this is really the course, the overview of the course we put together. It's a 3-day course over 3 weeks, and we're basically sort of getting you guys to sort of develop your vision. How many people know your vision? But if they know where they want to go, then obviously they can make decisions. Establish a baseline, actually, where are we now? What does your business do? Ultimately, do you guys know what your business does? Okay. Could you explain your business to a 5-year-old child? Practice on Johnny, I'm sure he'll be all right with you. What's your ultimate goal of your business? What really do you want to achieve out of what you're doing now? What would truly outrageous success sound and feel like to you guys? They used to make us do that. I remember 2 days before Sydney, I'd never stood on a world or Olympic podium before, but I had a dream that I stood on that Olympic podium. It was I know between 2000 and 2004, it went like that. It just went like that. And I think that's the easy thing you can slip into, is if you don't plan, set goals, and you know which direction you're moving in. It doesn't have to be a straight direction. It doesn't matter if you come backwards. But let's get a road established, and let's get on that road down. But if you start breaking it down to those small chunks, and let's get today and this week and next month done, then it all follows on, and before you know it, you have got success without even thinking about it, really. Yeah. Some of the work we're going to do on this course is actually making sure you get your team around you and the right people. Yeah. Yeah, well, not negativity. You can be negative, but if you know why they're there and there for a reason, then obviously they're going to support you. All three days of the course may not be all for you guys, but if you can just take one thing, that light bulb moment that's actually going to make you go the next level with your business, or put your business in the thing, that's job done for me. If you can sit there for 3 days and have me spiel about cycling for 3 days, but you get that one thing or 2 things, or I don't know, 3 or 4 things, then it's job done, isn't it, really? All we're trying to do is make you guys take your business to the next level.